friends. Welcome to the Stationery Cafe, your podcast for everything stationery, journaling, and planning related. This is April from Penguins Creative, and we have Kelly from Kelly Love Letters here today. We're going to talk about living the analog life and fun things in the community. So join us with a drink, and let's chat about what's new in the stationery world. How's it going, Kelly?
Oh, there's a new background because I have moved.
It's very stark.
Yeah, there's nothing on the walls. It feels really weird.
And everything on the ground.
Yeah, I really wish I could stay home from work more days to just clear everything up. But it'll happen over time. But right now it's just stuff everywhere.
Stuff everywhere. I feel like I could just copy and paste exactly what you just said and apply it to me. Like, I wish I could stay home for the rest of this week and just play with all the stuff I bought. Like, they're just sitting behind me, tempting me, and they're still in their suitcase.
Yes.
But what are you drinking tonight?
So Mike and I went to Trader Joe's. I'm so excited because I haven't been in a while.
And it's pumpkin season too.
It is, but I just got the lime sparkling water Trader Joe's brand. But what did we get? We made the mistake of going grocery shopping hungry, so I was like, oh, this all looks so good.
Of course.
And now I don't even remember what I bought.
I just remember because I went right before my trip to Taiwan to do some shopping for my family because they wanted some snacks from Trader Joe's, but the store is just exploding with pumpkin spice, and that's like a flavor they don't get. It's a very unusual flavoring. It's pumpkin spice in Taiwan, so I felt like those snacks weren't like a huge hit with them. So I was like, sorry.
Well, they're wrong.
I know. I wish they had more of the old usual, the Paris crepe dessert thing. Like, they have a lot of nice treats on the frozen aisle, above the frozen aisle.
But then you have to keep it frozen for however many hours.
No, the fresh stuff above the frozen aisles. They always stack the snacks there, but it's unfortunately this time this pumpkin spice JoJo's weren't a big hit.
Oh no, but they're so good.
I know. I was like, I know someone who would like that. So yeah, it's been a busy week, and we're here with a revenge episode because both Kelly and I have been on an adventure, as we shared last time on our stream. Or on our recording.
Whatever we're doing here.
Kelly went to Dallas.
I sure did, y'all.
And also to know, we both went to somewhere really hot. It was 90 degree and 70% humidity in Taipei when I was back there, and I thought I was gonna melt. It was horrible.
So at least where I was, the humidity wasn't as bad. My friends I hang out with, I'll talk about them later, they were like, oh yeah, in Houston it's way worse humidity. I'm like, yeah, it is, isn't it? Having been there last year, I can recognize that. But there's this picture I took a selfie on my last day during the day, and I was just like, because I'm like, I can't look outside because it's so bright. What is that thing in the sky?
I love it. It's so funny. And I was in Taipei. It was just hot. It was like a late summer, I think, still. End of September is still considered late summer. And I remember just sitting in our dining room in our house, the AC wasn't on, because I arrived really early in the morning at 6 a.m. So I sat down in the dining room, drinking my breakfast, kind of soybean milk. And I was just thinking, what is going on? Am I having a fever? Why is my head hot? My hands are hot. My ears are hot. And then
it's just hotter.
It was just hot.
Yeah, it's because people aren't meant to exist there. It's just
and I was like, Mom, is this normal? I don't remember it being this hot. And she said, yeah, in the past few years, global warming, so.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh man, I now know the only season to visit Taiwan is early spring and then late fall, winter. That's the only time I can stand the weather there now. Same with Japan, probably.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
which
geez.
is the right time that we're going.
Yeah. I know. I'm so excited for that. Ooh.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm drinking milk tea.
Oh, yeah.
Taiwan milk tea from Taiwan. It's like instant milk tea powder that I
Nice.
always like mule back. It's like made by this. Basically, there's this like plant nursery by this university in Taiwan, and then they make their own coffee bean, and they make their own like they have like this whole brand, and then they make this milk tea powder. I love it so much, and it's like a really good cup of milk tea, but it's too hot, so I'm drinking with a spoon right now.
Oh, nice. I love that mug.
It's the
It's so cute.
It's the grumpy mug. I don't even remember where I bought this
It
from.
matches your shirt.
It does.
And also, we need to talk about, for the audio listeners right now, April got a very cute haircut.
They'll see it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's making me like want to cut my hair. But I don't
Oh
know.
my
I've been feeling lately like, oh, I like my longer hair, but I feel like if it gets longer than how it is right now, I'm gonna get pissed off.
So I just want to like disclose the reason why I did the haircut. Like, first of all, it was really hot, but second, this is for Japan, because I am going into that onsen and like bathing thing every single night.
You got a haircut for enough.
Yeah, because I booked a hotel that has like the public bath, and I'm using it every single night, and I don't want to dry my hair for like an hour every night. So, hence the short hair.
The commitment there is pretty amazing.
I
So,
cut it all the way down to like right below my ear. This is the shortest I've ever done with a
yeah,
long
it's
bang,
it's super cute.
I know. I look like a boy. Like if I did my I look a little like a boy, but it's cute. A cute kind of not pixie cut, but like just short enough.
Yeah. You know
So-
what? Oh my God, it's giving Sailor Mercury.
Ah, yeah, a little. No, the thing is, okay, here's the funny story. I went to the same hairdresser that my mom goes to, that I've always gone to, like our whole family goes there. And
cute.
I went there and I showed her a photo of this Japanese actress, and I was like, I want the haircut just like her. And then I took off my glasses, let her do her thing. I put on my glasses back at the end. I was like, oh, you gave me a Grace Wu haircut, like my mom's haircut, instead of this Japanese actress. So I look like my mom right now.
That's cute.
Not saying, Mom, your haircut isn't good, but it's just like I wasn't expecting to look like my mom. And it was even funnier because my mom has a twin sister, and they have the same haircut right now. And so when I met up with them, the three of us look like we're like triplets.
That's so cute. Oh, I love that. For some reason, did I know that your mom is a twin?
I feel
That's
like
so cute.
I feel like you should know. I don't know.
I should know.
But yeah. All right, we got a lot to share, and I feel
we
like
do.
the more reasonable way to approach this, as if our podcast is all about reasonable,
No, yeah, it's not.
is why don't you go first and talk about Dallas, and then after you finish, I'll talk about Taiwan.
Okay.
Because I want to hear all about Dallas Pen Show too.
Yeah. Well, I feel like yours is more because you were there for longer. So I got into Dallas Thursday night, and then I left on Sunday. Or no, right? I left on Sunday evening.
I think so.
So yeah. So it was basically just pen show all day Friday and most of the day Saturday. And I was really, really happy to meet up with Teresa and Yumin. And I'll put their Instagrams in there. They both have Instagrams that are like not easy to say, especially Teresa's.
I know.
But like, so Teresa was the person that I met at Oblation last year because she was like in town to go to a friend's wedding in Seattle, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm going to Houston next month, and she's like, oh my God, I live there, and
That's right.
yeah, we really connected a lot, and so then I was like, hey, by the way, I'm going to the Dallas Pen Show, and for those of you like me that have no concept of Texas, I believe Houston and Dallas are about 4 hours drive
I
from
know.
each other.
It's so. I had that really bad, like really wrong impression too at the beginning. Like, oh yeah, Texas.
Yeah,
Oh.
Texas. It's just, you live in one spot, you can go to the other spot. No,
Turns out, no.
it's
Texas.
bigger than, like, I know people talk about, yeah, Texas is big. Like, Texas is big, but I feel like when you're there, you're just kind of like, oh. Yeah, it really is, though. Like, it's just a very strange place. I remember last year I felt like I was visiting a foreign country, and I kind of felt that way this time, too.
in Dallas.
Yeah, but it's, it was amazing. So me, Yuman, and Teresa went to KBBQ on Saturday night.
Nice.
Because they were asking me what I wanted to eat. I'm like, I'm literally, like, I could eat anything right now and everything, so let's go. And they were like, which one of us wants to cook? And Yuman was the one that she was like, I got this. Like, I'm like, you're the April.
Yes, I'm always the one who mans the grill at the KBBQ.
I was like, I don't know what to do. She's like, I got this. It was really good. And then it was funny because we saw across there was kind of this divider in the restaurant, and then we realized the people on the other side of the divider were actually people that went to the pen show as well, that Teresa knows from Houston.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness.
They're like, oh my God. And they talked for a while, and it was very cute. And then after that, we got bubble tea. I was like, how am I going to drink bubble tea? Of course I did, though. And then we were like, let's journal. But then it ended up just being me, like, testing all of their pens. Because they were like, Kelly, we want you to test all of our pens. I'm like, okay. And then before we know it, it's time to go back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the next day we got this like authentic Mexican food for brunch, which was really, really good.
I was like, how did you, like, from your Instagram story, I was really surprised how much time you get to like hang out and like outside of the show.
So it's really because, Saturday night was the last night, so I didn't have anything to do for the show.
Oh,
and then
it doesn't go till Sunday, so it was actually Friday.
Oh, yeah, it was so good.
Oh.
Yeah, so since I spent the night on Saturday, I was able to have some time during the day on Sunday.
That's so fun.
And we ended up going to a Starbucks, and I got a cute Dallas mug.
Of course.
And we sat there and journaled a little bit, and I wanted to talk about this is the insert I made for my Houston trip.
It's a passport size.
Yeah, my little passport size, and I decided to, use it again for this one. Cute. And Teresa wrote me a cute little note.
That's
adorable. And then I put this cute photo of us in there.
Oh, you really do good spreads, like on the go.
Yeah. Right. So, I did a very minimal amount of journaling, but I still did it. Mm-hmm. So I did want to talk briefly about how, well, I know I mentioned last time I worked the Tasha booth, which is...
I forgot you were there for work.
I know, right? It's very high end, so I'm not really used to the products, like that price point.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, starting price point for most of the pens is like around $900, and it just kind of goes up from there. And it's the type of thing that, like...
Even working for CY did not get you used to that?
No, well, $600, like, that's a lot of money, but, like, $900 is even more.
I know.
So, and I totally messed up, and I'm sorry I disappointed at least 2 people that were like, oh, Kelly, I heard that you have the CY's Kakari pen. Did you bring it? No, I didn't bring it. That would have been smart, but I didn't.
Oh my goodness.
CY's like, God damn it, Kelly. Like, what? No, he didn't say that.
You need to broadcast and look for someone with the Kakari pen. Like, can I borrow it for 2 days? Like,
I really messed up. But okay, next pen show, I will for sure bring it.
You need it taped to you, basically.
So, but I was mostly womaning the ink / lower end pen section. And I was doing really good. I was selling lots of ink, lots of pen cases. They made of the kimono fabric. So yeah, I had a good time, and I really liked the Dallas show, and I really want to go back next year.
Oh, that's so fun. Because I saw your comment on that on your Instagram story, and I'm like, that felt like me at, which show? I remember saying something about wanting to go back to a show. Oh,
Was it
DC.
Chicago?
I wanted to go to DC as like just an attendee or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I really want to go as an attendee because, like, okay, first of all, okay, Dallas Pen Show, I don't know if it was the organizer, if he was the organizer. I don't even know his name. I feel bad, but he was the guy at the registration booth that was manning the whole thing. Like, it was really well organized, and he would periodically say, because, you know, when you're working the show, you show up early to set up your booth, and he would say, like, all right, 30 minutes till start time, and, like, he had this, like a PA sort of thing that he, like, you know, that broadcasted throughout both of the rooms so that we could all know, all right, 30 minutes. He's like, all right, 5 minutes till doors open, all right, and, like, it was just, like, nice to be made aware of all that. I feel like all the pen shows should have like kind of a system of just, and you know, it was like, because of course there was a silent auction as well, so they would like okay, last 5 minutes to enter the silent auction, like, you know, he was very informative and helpful and nice, and of course all pen show people are like that, because that's how it is. And I wanted to talk about how, and I think we've talked about this before, but just how cool the hobby is. Because, you know, I meet people all the time that are like, you know, all kinds of range of people into the hobby. Like, someone comes up to me and is like, oh, I just bought a TWSBI Eco. It's my very first pen. I'm so excited. I'm like, that's so awesome. I love that. And then someone, you know, says like, oh, I just, you know, spent a ton of money on a cool vintage pen that I've been wanting for a long time. Or, you know, I just spent like $99 on like my next like level up pen. And I love how no matter what level that you're at, that everybody's having a good time. Even like Gin House Sharks and like, you know, Platinum Preppies. Like, it's like, as much as you and I, obviously, since we're kind of in too deep at this point, tend to spend more money on pens, but it doesn't discount people that don't do that. And I like that it's accessible, and I don't know, that we're all able to live in harmony with all of our pen choices.
I feel like, oh man, I relate to that so much, and that's actually one of the biggest points from my takeaway, like my biggest takeaway from my trip too is like Creative Expo is basically the other spectrum of this hobby, right? Like, we got you got like the pen hobby, and then there's also like the craft and arts hobby, and like, unfortunately, the both of us are like very deep in both. But like,
it's bad.
It's really bad.
You don't want to be here.
You don't want to be here.
But we have fun.
But we have so much fun. But then the same thing, like, oh my goodness, the degree, like the variety of people that comes to these events. And I had the pleasure of like introducing my mother and my aunts, because like on the last day they were like, so what is, like, you're back home for a stationery event, like what is it about? And I took them and they were like just jaw dropping, because they were just amazed by the variety of things that are there. Like, it's not just stickers, which is what a lot of people tend to think, or like when they think about pen hobbies, like, it's just a pen, what do you mean? Like, no, there's like 10,000 types of pens, and like there's all these people here validating the fact that this is important to those people, and like we all acquire happiness very easily through something so small and so like intricate and so cool. So I don't know, I feel like the hobby is just an amazing thing. It connects so many people together, like all of us from all walks of lives, just sharing the joy from these little things, like from stationery, and like, you know, how it elevates the way we do things every day. Just so nice.
And that was something that Teresa was talking about, like she got her first grind from, I mean, not her first grind ever, but her first grind from Matthew Chen, who is doing so good, by the way. I'm so proud of him. I remember in DC last year, like, it seemed like he was sort of just starting out, and like, you know, he's been going to all the shows, and I think it's his like full-time thing now, and I'm just proud of him. Go you, Matthew Chen. But yeah, just I feel like spending time with Teresa and Yuman is, even though obviously I do not live in the same area that they live in, like I come out and we hang out, and I feel like they're like good friends. And like they're like, oh, try this one, this is so cool. I'm like, oh, this feels so good, what ink is this? And just like it's really cool to connect with fellow humans.
And so far apart too, like not just in your immediate like life social circle or whatever.
Yeah.
With this hobby, we get to make friends with people who live like several states away or several countries away. So
yeah,
it's pretty amazing. Okay, so I gotta ask.
Yeah.
I'm sure the demographic is interesting in Dallas. Like how many cowboy hats were at the show? Like, and you know how like, you know, we've been to the big metro ones like DC and like West Coast ones, and then, you know, you got the techies and that type, you know, not to be, okay, I am being stereotypical, but I'm curious, like, you know, is the cowboy boots like, you know,
oh yeah,
just popping all over the place?
Yes.
And I don't know, but I love listening to people's accents. So I'm sure there's so many charming like southern accents that just rose up to your table, and like I can't even mimic it. It's so hard.
I know, I can't either.
But you know what I'm saying, right? Like the people
yes.
in that southern charm accent, like
yes,
honey, like, you know, something like that.
Yeah, I was definitely called hun by the I went to Wendy's the first night because it was like the only thing really nearby that I could get dinner at, and there was the older gentleman working at Wendy's called me hun, and I was like, oh, that feels sweet with a southern accent. But yeah, I will say, like, it's interesting because I was comparing it to when I see people wearing cowboy hats out here in Portland or Washougal. Well, I guess Washougal, it's a little more common, but not as much as Texas at all. But like seeing it out here, you're like, okay, what are you doing? But seeing it over there is like, oh yeah, they're just hanging out with their cowboy hat. Like, I was comparing it to like people that wear beanies out here in like Portland, Seattle.
It's true.
Like,
you know, us and our, what do you call it? The jacket, the rain jackets from like, you know.
Yep.
Or Patagucci's, you know.
Yep, Patagucci's.
They're from Seattle. Like, in their like, you know, what do you call it? Like feather down jackets.
And like the North Face and the Columbia sportswear. Yeah. So, and the cowboy boots. I noticed a lot of cowboy boots that I was like, you know, just that people actually wear them.
No, because that's the thing. I remember following PlannerCon or something. Not Go Wild, maybe one of the big stationery events, and they were held in like Austin or whatever. One of the Texas, and just out of curiosity,
someplace in Texas. Yeah,
one of the cities. I don't know the details, but I just remember seeing the women that are attending very enthusiastically shopping for cowboy boots in preparation. And then what even amazes me is that no one's laughing at them. There's really people giving really sincere advices about breaking in their cowboy boots. Like, I was just like, wow.
Yeah, it's just a different lifestyle.
It's a different lifestyle, exactly. Yeah,
it's not like everyone was wearing it, but it's like not uncommon. And Kirk has his little getup. He's like, "Oh, you've never seen me in Dallas, have you?" He has like his bolo tie and his cowboy hat and his cowboy boots.
Oh, I would have loved to see a photo of Kirk.
Yeah, it was really fun, and like people are really nice there, and
it's kind of like when I went to Chicago. again, like, I don't know if this is stereotypical, but like people are so nice in Chicago. It's got that
Yeah.
Midwest charm.
Yeah.
Whereas
the
people
Midwest
in
thing.
California are a
Such
little more snappy and more
Yep.
impatient. So
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I remember.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I think going to pen shows from around the country definitely allows you to kind of get a glimpse into like the local culture
Yes.
in a bit.
And
I
let me
guess.
just share one really fun anecdote that I haven't shared on social media yet. So when I got into Dallas, I ended up walking around and because I thought I was going to go to the Whataburger because I was really hungry. I was like, I want to go to Whataburger. But at the airport, it's like way out. You have to walk way the heck out somewhere else. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just go to the hotel. And I wait for the like hotel shuttle. And then one finally comes and they're like, oh, this is actually going to the other DoubleTree. So it doesn't go to the one you want to go to. And I was like, oh, I'll just get a lift. So, this is all, I'm all upset. Meanwhile, there's this like beautiful sunset happening and I'm like all like mad and I'm like, this is beautiful and I'm not enjoying it. Like, so eventually, finally, when the Lyft driver pulls up, before he pulls up, when I'm standing there waiting, I look up and someone's getting arrested right there, like right by the airport.
What?
Yeah, literally right in front of me. I was like, oh, he's getting handcuffed. They're like searching his pockets, pulling out little baggies. I'm like, oh man, this guy's getting busted. And I thought, what an interesting way to get welcomed to a new place.
The variety of things happening at once.
Yeah, it was wild, but
And
my
Kelly
Lyft driver
rides-
was very nice.
And Kelly rides off into the sunset.
Yes, rides off, and it was a really beautiful full moon, and the Lyft driver was nice, and he was
Yes,
talking
it
to me
was-
about movies.
It was the Mid-Autumn Festival, actually, around the time
Yes,
you were in
yes, it
Dallas.
was.
So actually, you going to KBBQ was the perfect thing to do, at least in Taiwan culture. Like,
Nice.
we can't explain it. Like other countries, when during the Mid-Autumn Festival, admire the moon, eat moon cakes, sing poetry, do something relatively quiet. But Taiwanese people love grilling meat under the moon.
Nice.
It's an unexplained phenomenon that just got picked up, and now whenever that holiday comes by, you have to do grill barbecue. You have to do barbecue one way or
Nice.
another.
Well, now I did something cool, and I didn't even know it.
You did. Nice. Do you want to just go in on your acquisition too? Because it also looks like it's at the pen show.
Sure, yeah. So at the booth I was working at Tasha, I had to get this ink. It's called
course.
Ainezu, and it's actually, now I feel bad, I don't know. Oh, it's Hiroshige, the artist. It says on the box, that's why I knew. It's the ukiyo-e ink collection that Tasha
Yes.
did, I don't know, however long ago. I know everybody knows. So it's called
Hey, they're classics.
Huh?
They're classics.
Yes.
Very nice inks.
Sudden shower at Ohashi Bridge. So it just pictures this old ukiyo-e painting, or sorry, like woodblock print of rain. And so I was like, we didn't have that at Oblation, like, because they got.
I just saw the color. It's blue black.
Yeah, but it's a really pretty blue black, and it's kind of like Tsukiyo, and I just, whatever. I wanted to try it.
You and your blue blacks.
Yeah.
It does look like it has like a sheen, like
Yeah.
a reddish russet sheen to it.
And then I also went to John Bull's and picked this up.
Anki, oh my god.
Anki from Wearing Gold.
Can I have a sample the next time you come
Yeah,
up?
of course. God, I don't know why I did it. Because I wanted to get something for Mike, because he really likes Wearing Gold inks too, so I did. I got him one called Human Problems. It's like it's very similar to Rouge Grenat by J. Urban. It's like a dark blood of your enemies kind of red color. But I was like, I might as well get this because it's pretty. So, and then, of course, I brought my pen that I got to work today, and I left it at work, so it's not here. But I put a photo of what I think it is in the link. So this guy, he's at Russ_pens. Kirk was selling his pens. he's a independent pen maker, and I was looking around at all the different options because of course I had to buy Kirk's Dallas nib.
Oh yeah, with the star, the lone star. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I've got to do that. So then, like, I bought the nib from him, and then I walked around the show, and then I came back to his booth, and I was like, oh, I want to put it in this pen. I just gave Kirk all my money.
Oh, I love it.
So it's like this white pearlescent blank, and it has this like purple swirl. And it's really pretty. It reminds me of ghost Pokemon, just in general. And that made me feel spooky.
Yes.
So I put in, Teresa actually gave me some samples that she was like, do you want me to bring some samples? Don't be shy. And I was like, I guess, if you're gonna like make me. So she brought me a sample of the Kala Island taro balls, which we have talked about on this podcast a long time ago.
Taiwan theme ties into the theme of this podcast a little bit.
So it looks really good in there. It's like a perfect, I don't know, marbly taro purple.
And
also,
it matches the drink.
Dogs?
I can. And I was going to say it matches your drink that you got on Saturday night.
Yes.
Because you had like the taro smoothie thing with like...
it was a slushy
thing with the
pudding. And I've got the pudding in there. Had to get the pudding. I love that.
The good choice. The correct option.
Yeah.
But wait, you guys have a dog?
Nope. New neighbors. Do you think it's hearable on the podcast?
It's okay. It's like Cookie.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And what else? Sorry, no, I'm distracted by the dogs.
Sailor Seiboku.
Oh yes, so that I actually got at Oblation today.
You went back to Oblation.
I went back to Oblation and I got Sailor Seiboku because Toasty says that this is an ink that she uses at work. And I decided, you know what? I am kind of sick of using the Uniball Signo 1.0 gel pens at work.
Hey!
So I inked it up in this medium cream lamy that I have.
Nice.
And it's really nice. It's really good.
Cool.
Yeah. I feel like I should just close the window. They're really annoying.
Meanwhile, like right now, this moment during this interlude, Cookie's also pawing at the gate because I blocked him out so he doesn't disturb us, but he just punched the gate just now, and I hope no one heard it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, I also bought this from Kirk, this random Pilot Prera, because I wanted a solid color one.
I mean, they're really nice. They're one of my first pens too. My first like expensive pens, and now I ventured way beyond that.
Yeah, I feel like I sort of went backwards, but like
it's
did.
Really
you
cute.
I like it. I like it's got the snap and then the hold on. Yeah.
Yes,
So
that
good.
little slide click, like a suction slide click.
Yeah. So I inked up Seiboku in here first, and then I decided it might not be thick enough, so I used the Lamy medium, because this is a Pilot medium. So that's basically most of what I got. I don't think I went too crazy otherwise. Not that I remember. Maybe I blacked out.
Well, if you're going to Dallas Pen Show again next year, I would love to go with you because I've never been to Dallas. Like,
oh my God, we could both just go for fun.
I know. If we go for fun and we had KBBQ and we just journal around the city, let's do it.
And we wouldn't be like super tired feet. My feet were like tired yesterday. I was like, oh shoot.
I know. Let's have fun at a pen show next year. The two of us. For once.
That sounds amazing. Yes.
Right? When's the last pen show that we got to hang out for the whole day? I can't think of one.
Nope. I don't think we ever have.
I don't think we ever did.
We're both working ladies all the time.
Yeah. So let's do it. I would love to go to Dallas.
Yes.
Get some regular barbecue too, actually.
Yes.
Nice. So I guess it's my turn. We're 30
Here
minutes in,
Buckle
and
up.
here we are. Are you guys ready?
I don't know if I'm ready.
For this thrill ride. Thrilling to my wallet. A ride for everyone else. So yeah, I just came back from Taiwan, went to Creative Expo. It was a 6 day trip. I happenstance to have some miles that I could exchange. And I just booked a ticket, and it just so happens it was like my instinct was Creative Expo first, and then second, oh, it happens to be close to my mom's birthday, and third, oh, it's also like Mid Autumn Festival, so it all worked out.
Yeah, no, that's really good timing.
And it's funny because the same week, Elliot is also out of the house. Like he actually went. I don't know if you guys follow my husband Elliot's Instagram. I don't remember the handle. It's like numbers, but he went to.
Yeah, I know. I don't either.
he went. He drove his Porsche, his baby Porsche, down the West Coast on like this road trip to, essentially, the Pensho Porsches. So it's called Rennsport, and around, like he said, like, I don't know, 80,000 Porsches from around the world came into the same town in Monterey Bay, and it was a 4 day kind of event where just all these Porsche enthusiasts gather, and he kind of drove down and documented it like a journal, like a diary on his Instagram, calling it his pilgrimage to Rennsport. And he like spent this astronomical like ticket price to get to park his Porsche there, and like all the expenses that goes into getting down there. And I counted how much he spent, and I look at my own spending. I'm like, not that far off. I had my pilgrimage to Creative Expo instead.
Yeah, no, it's it's similar.
It's similar. So it's just like that moment when we realize we both have really like, very deep diveable hobbies.
Yes.
And I'm glad we're like dinkwads, dual income, no kid with a dog.
Yes.
That we can afford to do this.
That's the dream, honestly.
Oh,
except
man.
with a cat.
Except for the cat. But yeah, it was so much fun, this trip back to Taiwan, because I've been following Creative Expo, for a long time. It's essentially an exhibit, or like there's a bug in my drink. Shoot.
Ooh, yummy.
Let me take care of that real quick first. Ugh. I saw it flying. There we go.
Nice.
Am I gonna still keep on drinking this milk tea? Yes.
Yeah, of course. Whatever.
So the Creative Expo is kind of like a pen show, but it is more of like a countrywide exhibit. Like, it's not like a Taipei show. It's more of like the Taiwan's cultural ministry basically sponsored and co-hosted this event called Creative Exhibition, and it basically highlights over 500 artists, designers, architects, like design firms. Like basically it's a chance to showcase Taiwan's like artistic abilities to the world. Like before the pandemic, they even made it very international. And so it's actually not just this specific exhibition hall that I went to that was like solely focused on the artist. There's also like museums that took part of it in it. They like renovated this old building and like put a bunch of installation art in it. Typically there's also like several different exhibition halls that features like household goods, that features like AR design. Like it's like really integrated across the country. It just so happens that there's also this specific section of Creative Expo that features up and coming like artists, illustrators, and creative designs. And they also have like rules, like you can apply to be part of Creative Expo as long as you're under 35. Like, that's like the age limit to apply to be a vendor.
Okay.
So to really kind of continue to, I guess, foster new blood in a way,
Sure.
so that there's not the old ones kept on like hogging the tables basically. So it's a yearly event. It's one of the biggest, and like although there's other stationery fairs throughout the year, I feel like Asian countries really love exhibits and fairs, but this is the biggest. And it spans 6 days, specifically for this exhibit that I went to. That includes licensing agencies, original characters, and illustration slash design slash art. Licensing agencies are like, Snoopy, or like, Japanese characters, and there's like this whole section where
like
there's
Hello Kitty and that kind of thing.
exactly, there was a few of those. There's original characters from Taiwan that made it onto like stickers, line stickers, like the chat app that we use in Asia. These original characters are also like collaborations with banks to create cute IC cards. Like they collaborate with household goods to make refrigerators with like the original characters on it. So it's that kind. And then of course there's the one that we're most attuned to for a stationery enthusiast, the illustration, design, and art section. And so that was the one I was like going for, because it, just to ramble off a few, like, I feel like familiar names. You guys have like, Johan Studio got in, La Dolce, so you have to apply and then they pick and then you get in. So La Dolce Vita was there. Even like Imagine Station from Hong Kong, like they applied and got there. Meow Illustration, Carol Meow on Instagram, that does like the floral. She's like from Australia, and oh my god, I met her in person. I was like, so I've been a fan, and she like signed my book, and I was like, so I'm actually Penguins Creative on Instagram. She's like, you're Penguins Creative, and so we had like that moment where we like recognized each other. It was really cute. And so like there's like this whole section of just like artists and creators that makes PT tape, sticker sheets, stamps that we love using in our journals. So that was like my focus, and there were over like 200 artists, I believe, in that pavilion alone. And I was just like, I'm gonna have an open mind. I have my goals. I have my short list of things I want to like for sure want to buy, because every artist basically start promoting and sneak peeking their new designs before the event. And I was like, I'm going to go with an open mind and see what happens. And what happened was 30 pounds of stationery coming home with me.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot. It filled an entire suitcase. I went with two empty suitcases knowing this would happen. And of course, I filled it coming home. I mean, so I bought a rug, Kelly. Like, I bought a freaking...
Oh, it's so cute, though.
Duck rug. Unexpected purchases, if you want to be really like realistic about that. But yeah, it was wild. I actually wasn't gonna go that many days. Of the 6 days, I was only gonna go on the first and second day, because for the first and second day, they had like the first hour that are reserved specifically for business, like business shoppers. So people who wants to inquire for collaboration, people who works in like the media and like stationery businesses. And of course I signed in as design fill, so I got to I got to get a pass that says like I'm a business shopper. But that's the only way to have some quality shopping time, because otherwise every single day outside that pavilion, like each day the show is from 10 to 5 p.m. until like the last 2 days where it's from like 10 to 8 p.m., like 8 in the evening. There's like just like rows and rows of people. They estimated a total of 60,000 people like visited the show in its totality.
Whoa.
It's wild. It's like
that's almost the Taylor Swift show.
No, the scale is wild. Like, a San Francisco Pen Show, I would guess like at least 3,000, maybe the most 3,000 to 4,000, but like the show is 60,000 people. Like
that's a lot.
It's so many fans. Like each booth would probably have like over 500 fans of their own, and so everyone like descended on this show to the Creative Expo. And so I wanted to go on the first 2 days because it was also a weekday. It was Tuesday and Wednesday, hoping that I'd be ahead of the crowd. But everyone had the same idea, and everyone apparently took days off. And so it was just packed the whole entire time, except for those first hours for business shoppers. But man, it was such an experience. To compare it with, this is my first time going in person, obviously, but I have seen it previously from the internet. It's kind of like a professional exhibition where each brand gets like a booth, like a cubicle. Not like at pen shows where it's just a table. You actually get like a kind of partially open cubicle, but then each artist gets to like kind of decorate it and have it all decked out, because you're kind of promoting your brand and like promoting your art. You're not just there to sell things, you're there to like kind of showcase your artistry. And so each booth was like transformed into that artist's style, or like
cute.
They had cutouts of the characters just like pasted around the booth. So going there is like stationary art museum, if you will, like going from one table to the next. You're like brought through so many different experiences. You're like admiring art at the same time and paying them, you're buying stuff. Like, it was so much to take in. Like, I don't think you can just go for one day, to be honest, for a random person who wants to experience this. I've never been to Kamihaku and Bunku Joshi in Japan, but I would feel like it's like, that level of dedication for the artists of their art, and a little bit more, because the scale is just much bigger in my opinion, like the way each brand gets its own cubicle and then you get like this whole display. And it is so much looking, so much browsing, and so much walking. I think for the first 2 days, I spent like 5 hours each, and that was the maximum, because there's no chair inside, no tables. It was just aisles and walking, and I couldn't stay for longer just because my legs were sore, my back, my tote bags were getting heavier by the end of the day. Like, PETs are like really heavy once you buy a lot of them. So PET tapes. And so I had to like leave early on the first day, because that was also the day I landed in Taiwan.
So you just balled out. You were just like,
I
all
landed.
Right, I'm here. I'm going.
I am there. Exactly. I landed at 5.
I do that too when I go to Japan.
Landed at 5:30, and then I got to the event at like 10, and that's it. And that day I clocked out at 2, and then
That's
I
amazing.
went. I had to employ the help of my sister to help me carry stuff, to help me pay for stuff, because like the shopping experience is that a lot of the booths take cash or line pay. Like, surprisingly, credit card is not as common in like, they're like Shopify Square or whatever. It's not as prevalent there, but the line pay system is almost the equivalent. It's basically, think of it as Venmo, where they tie it to your bank account, and so you can just Venmo them money. So line pay is something like that. And my Line app is like US region, so I can't activate Line pay, which is a good thing, because I don't know how much more damage I could do if I had a credit card. Like, I honestly like ran out of money like the 3rd hour in on the first day.
No, that tracks.
I know, I didn't exchange enough money, so I had to like use. I was like, my sister, I was like, Jenny, come over here, pay for me. And like, I had that short list of stationery stuff I was like aiming for, like specific taste from this artist, specific stamps from this artist. But then I went in and I saw cute rugs. I saw socks. I bought a bunch of socks. I bought tons of plushies, like cute plushies.
I know, I love all the plushies.
From
I
artists.
love the penguins.
It's totally a thing, guys, to enjoy plushies alongside your favorite stationery items.
Yes.
So lots of unexpected purchases that I don't even like know where to begin. They're all like back there in my suitcase still. And
also, I expect some PET samples next time I see you.
I have so many good cat ones that I thought of you when I bought them.
Oh, okay.
So I definitely had bought them because of you.
Yay.
So
Cats are the best.
It was a cool experience, because not only there's like a lot of things to buy, and the creativity of like what these people can come up with of things that they can make is also like really, really scary. Like, it's really immersive, and I would say like you're not just buying creator stationery. You're buying creator stuff to put in your house. Like I said, a carpet or like, curtain hanging.
Or socks.
Like socks, tote bags, scarves, like all with these artists' work and style that you just feel like you want to wear them on your body, you want to take them with you on your bag. Like it's so many things. And
what about like enamel pins?
Oh, so many enamel pins, so many acrylic keychains, so many like phone cases too, like things that you can really incorporate into your like setup. There's just a lot of things, and the cool thing is many of the artists are there, like the people that are usually behind the scenes, like on Instagram, the people who actually drew Avocado Mori's cool illustration, and the people behind A Kind of Cafe that designed these amazing prints are all there. Like, oh my god, they're troopers. I don't know how they could do 6 days,
6 days, no way,
10 to 5 standing.
No way. Nope.
I can't even speak.
No, thank you.
I follow them on Threads because a lot of Taiwanese artists use Threads, and like it was like day 1 to day 6, and you just see them like crumble under like pressure every day. Just like they said, like, today my legs are dead. Someone's getting pink eye. Someone's had like tummy ache. Like they were just like dying slowly throughout the whole duration of the show. It's kind of sad, but also funny, and so it was weird because I went into this event thinking I'm so nervous. I'm meeting a bunch of these artists I've been a fan of, like behind the scenes from the US for the first time. How do I want to like introduce myself to them. I want to like ask for their signature in my book. Are they going to think I'm weird? Like, am I suddenly not going to be able to speak Chinese? And turns out they were just as awkward and like introverted as I, and so it actually ended up being a good time. Like every artist was so friendly. No one said no about signing. Like everyone signed stuff. It's so normal. And I brought back to Taiwan like the Halloween Reese's, the Reese's chocolate with the pumpkin design, and I was just like giving it to the artists.
Because Reese's isn't like chocolate peanut butter isn't really an Asian thing.
I don't think they have that actually, or like they have it, but it's like expensive. But the U.S. ones with the fun shapes is where it's at.
So good.
And so it was really fun that you get to like actually talk to the creators, like artists, and like it feels. That moment of interactions makes me feel very like, oh, that's kind of like us at the shows. Like people come up to us, talk to us, exchange words. It's not like, I don't know what the Japan vibe is like for Japan shows, but I would imagine it'd be hard to talk to creators. Like they're a little bit more reserved, like shoppers and
for sure
and creators alike. But in Taiwan, it's kind of like that sweet middle where you're not talking too much, but they are also like happy to talk to you, and so I got to like chat with a lot of them. And I brought my traveler's notebook, of course, the one illustrated by Exaraka, and I got a bunch of like signatures, and it's cute because they were all like using Sharpies and markers, and I'm like, I don't care, just sign my book. And so I got a bunch of cute signatures from so many of cool artists. Like this one's Imagine Station signed my book and drew penguins on them.
Aww.
So
that's adorable.
It was amazing. I like this is my favorite part of the event. There's this duck illustration. I bought this duck from an artist. It's so dorky. And
I have a feeling I would have just shouted the entire time.
You would. Like, I wish, I really want to take you there someday. Like, we gotta go together and just like enjoy the frenzy of shopping, and then also like meeting the artists. It's a whole nother level, and then it's so easy to shop because like it's very different from pen shows where things are like $500, right? The things you're looking at right now are like $5 to $10 on your table, and so you keep like throwing them into your basket, thinking it's okay, and then like suddenly you've spent over $1,000 like total.
That's how it feels shopping at Loft in Japan.
Yes.
Or like any stationery store in Japan.
Oh man, yeah, it's wild. And then like I feel like I really appreciate a creative expo and learning more about the artists because of like there's so many cool things that are very like culturally nuanced too. And shopping here in the US, you buy from Japanese artists, they really love their retro vibe, right? Like their Showa style. And then here you have artists here that like touches on like American culture, like movie references. But then like in Taiwan, I get to really enjoy all the artists deep diving into the Taiwanese nuances. Like this artist called Ning Lo Art made these stickers that are like reflective, like with a mirror. But this is a very typical mirror that are typically placed in like public spaces where people can like use to check their reflection. But it's also like printed with like advertisements from like cement company or like pumping companies. So she made her own plumbing. I suddenly can't speak. So she made her own version of like her little weasel character, and then like the mirror sticker. So I was gonna put the sticker on like my Hobonichi cover next year, like to decorate the front of my book, and I can
that's
constantly
great.
have a little mirror here. So that was really cute. What's another cute thing? So I have this bag, this tote
What's
bag.
another cute thing? My entire bag.
This tote bag that I got from one of the brands.
Is that like takeout?
It's a traditional like outdoor market shopping bag for alcohol. It's like
nice.
Really in the olden days, like really like my grandmother would shop with these, and they would carry like rice wine or like alcohol bottle, but they retransformed it with like, it looks exactly the same as what you would find at the market actually, but the design is like they made it like with their own art design, and this bag really says cute. Like the bag says,
is that like an angel and a devil or something? Or
yeah, the cute thing is these two little the little boy and girl illustration is an illustration style that's very common in your elementary notebooks, like elementary school books typically feature these two kids. And so this guy basically took it and ran with it, and like that's made funny. Really funny puns and like jokes with the two kids. And so this bag says, so people who carry this bag might have happiness, like like unsure. So
nice, because usually it's like
but
literal.
It was just kind of funny, and I basically like filled this, like it was a great shopping bag, and like it was a great haul, a fun, interesting item. Oh, this other thing I really needed to show you, and it's on Instagram. So this artist, Yunzen Ho, Yunzhen Ho, did these cute, really amazing illustrated postcards. But it's really cool because if you go on her Instagram and utilize the AR effects, the next time you point your phone at this card, basically it activates the card.
That's really cool.
On your phone, so you can actually like experience the card in AR. Look at that. It's so
very neat.
It's so cool. So I bought a bunch of her cards too. Like these cards are $1.
How does that even work?
$1.
They're what?
Piece.
$1?
Yeah.
What?
Here's another one. There's a really cool one, and this one's like of a boy looking into like an aquarium. And so once you activate the AR, you can like go in and I really admire the details of the aquarium.
Wow.
It's really cool.
That's amazing.
So you get to find like cool artists that does things like this, like really take stationery and art into the next level. What else? Another unexpected thing I bought was like these microfiber towels. And it's like mimicking, how Japan has the public bathhouse, so Taiwan also had like these like saunas. So these are like what you would typically get at these like retro saunas, like this old school fugly like pink and blue is the iconic towel that you get at these public bathhouse. And he printed the same pattern, and it's like, we call them shitty towels, really. Like, But it's so cute. I
Oh,
can't
that's
help
cute.
it. It's the same
Nice.
illustrator with the two kids. So really going hard on so many cool concept that's like has like these cultural kind of jokes or like puns or nuances.
Yeah.
The aforementioned socks. I bought a bunch. A bunch of socks from all these creators. Like, how
Dude.
can I not? They're so good. Like, I mean, I feel like socks are pretty common in the US too. Like when you go to gift shops, it's always very
Yeah.
prevalent to find socks with like punny, funny like illustrations on it. But you know, it makes you feel like you're wearing something that creators are wearing or have designed, and it looks cool. Let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah, and you know, just like a show would, you know, there's always the popular booth and then like the not so popular booth, but then it's like a healthy mix because you get to like find new things. Like there's literally
Yeah.
this booth called the Little Canines that is so
Oh.
popular.
Yeah.
I feel like I've talked to you about Little
Yeah.
Canines before. They draw dogs and cats, and so they were so popular. They need to have like a queue outside their queue, and then they're like
Whoa.
the first to sell out every single day.
Jeez.
And I bought like a bunch of stuff. They were like my first stop, and I never went back again because it was just so crowded.
Yeah.
But they made this PET tape that's called like featuring a dog that says "all mine." So it's like
Cute.
dogs like hoarding or guarding their
Oh.
toys. So I bought
It's like
you
you
a
with your stationery.
I bought you a transfer sticker that features this, but the cat version.
Oh, cute. I
The
need
cat,
that.
the cat version of all mine.
Oh, I need
so
it.
so good. And so our friend Judy, Tokuvet's Memory, was doing like a personal shopping thing for the duration of
Oh.
Creative Expo for a couple of friends.
Wow.
And she like almost died when people asked her to go back to the Little Canine. She's like, I'm not
Fucking kidding me?
I'm not going back into that line. Like,
Yeah. That's
it
a
was
lot.
like a one-time thing. Man, Yamadoro, Dari Yo-Yo, Dodo Lulu. There's the names are all kind of cute.
Dodo Lulu, is that the one with the...
Yeah,
Yep.
with the diary that you were gonna talk about. Like,
so
yeah,
good.
she's an artist from Hong Kong. She also came and like it was just really cool to see all her art in person. And every artist has like a little gacha machine. Like they
Oh,
took
I
the
love
gacha.
that.
They took the gacha machine concept, blind box concept, basically, and then like you know they put their stamps in the little you know the eggs, and then they put their washi tapes or
Yeah.
whatever. So you have to play
love
to get the
that.
one you want, and so
Oh,
that really
man.
gets you.
I bet
You
those
just
like
keep
sold out.
you just keep putting down like each play was about 100 NTD, which is like $3, which is
Oh,
not
okay.
that bad. Like considering
that's-
blind box here are like $10 a piece. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's because they're all imported.
that's true. That's true. They're all imported from Japan. So I bought a bunch of fun stuff like that, and like gashapon plates. So many gashapon machine. They have a whole wall of gashapon machines like you would find in Japan, and it was just all creator gadgets, acrylic keychains,
So
little
good.
gimmicks. So it was really really fun. Let's see, and I feel like I've discovered or reconnected with a lot of like what I call up and coming artists that are really popular in Taiwan right now, but have not yet been seen or you know, I guess made aware by sellers in the US. Like there's lots of shops these days that sells stuff from Yamadoro or like you know
Yeah.
Avocado Mori, but you know this brand called Do Not Like Sunday is super cool. So they are actually a group of YouTuber. So that in Taiwan that used to, it's like YouTuber influencer turned creator, and so she also enjoys stationery a lot and does this YouTube channel all around like stationery, and she developed this product with a brand called iMat in Taiwan that makes cutting mats. And so it's like a foldable mat with like the dinosaur
Oh, that's
design.
cute.
That's her art, but it folds into a TN size.
Oh.
So you can put this in your traverse notebook, like, because A5
Whoa.
Slim's pretty popular.
Yeah.
So, like, that's another thing I wanted to say about this Creative Expo was like, you know, all these artists care so much about their art. They're not compromising on the quality of the stuff. Like, you don't
Yeah.
see bad postcards or like, not sticky stickers or like
Oh.
overly sticky stickers. Like, everyone went all out to make really good tapes, really good products, really good glasses, really good socks, like really good,
Yeah.
like Taiwanese manufacturing. Like, Taiwanese manufacturing is really good in many of these like little things. And so there's just so many cool products that will work well or stay with you for a long time and like,
Yeah.
reliable. So that's another thing I really enjoyed.
Oh, that's
about.
amazing.
I also bought a blanket, like
Ah.
from this creator called Panji __ PANGII. And so her character is this penguin that she called a Pangji. And she basically made like this fluffy comforter with the penguin design on it. So one of the first things I grabbed on day one, because they're all limited in quantity.
Oh,
I got
the
this
keychain.
I got this Grumpy keychain from this brand called Square Studio, and so her brand is basically around these emotions like happiness, disgruntled, grumpy. There's like this emo one in different like cute plushy shapes.
Yeah.
So I bought the grumpy one so I can like hang it onto my bag on days that I
Nice.
feel grumpy. So yeah. Oh my god, this brand called Crazy Eyes
I like
has
that.
this adorable character called it's like a fried tempura.
Oh.
in Chinese it's called fried shrimp, but it's like a tempura character.
Yeah.
And it's so cute. Looks like a chicken, but it's like my grandmother was like, "What is this? A chicken?" I'm like, "No, it's tempura." So
That's so
a
cute.
a cute tempura plushie I got. I bought this fun thing. Again, useful stationery. These are natural like sponges that are activated by water, so they start out flat, but once you like put it under a running faucet, they like expand and it becomes just like your everyday sponge that you can use to clean mugs and stuff. And
That's
of course,
cute.
this one is by Ann Brownie, ANNN, 3 N's Brownie, and like they made cute sponges in the shape of a cookie too. So when it inflates, it became a cute cookie. And of course, the brand that Toasty loves, Lampar Man, the guy who draws penises, made one that's like a sponge, but in the shape of a little cute penis. And so, I can't wait to inflate this and use this in our like studio guest room. So,
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
it's so cute. There's so much more. Like there's this artist called David Cook Slough, and draws these cats with like food and fruits. So really amazing illustrations. A lot of cute ones that are like really illustration style, where you would even see them in like exhibits. Like they would enter exhibits and win. So. And then for this expo, they printed postcards, they printed keychains, they printed stickers that you can buy. Like my first day strategy was to get all the things that I had in my mind and like carry the heavy stuff home. And the second day strategy, I went with a very open mind. And then I just ended up picking up like 2 postcards from this booth because the character is cute. Picked up like a badge from this booth, like this new artist, you're so cool. I bought like a few stickers. So that's why I ended up with like a whole stack of postcards.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Just like from like a variety of vendors, and like I'm not committed to buying the plushie because it's expensive, but I will support your art by buying like 2 to 3 of your postcards.
Yeah.
And also that allows me to kind of like learn more about your style and art, and keep a little bit of your amazing work with me. So it's just like really, really cool. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I definitely spent a lot more than I thought I would spend. I had to use my sister's credit card in a way, and I dedicated 2 days to the event, and then somehow went back the third day, like in the evening, because I was hanging out with a friend and I was just like, oh, let's just go and see what it's like in the evenings if I don't have to queue. And I went and it was bad. I kept shopping. And then like I said, the last day of the event, my mother and my aunts were like, so what is Creative Expo? I'm like, you guys want to see? We can go and check it out for an hour. So we went again. So out of the 6 days I was in Taiwan, I went 4 times.
That's amazing.
Just really went wild with my shopping.
Of course. Nobody's surprised except you.
So yeah, that was the kind of the big gist of things. I have plans for my hauls, like, you know, obviously I want to use them and I want to share them too, and kind of do like basically introduce a lot of these new artists that I found. I think I've only scratched the surface too, because there were like 200-ish artists in that pavilion, and I've shopped from like only around 50 of them. But still, only 50. A lot. Only 50. But considering how much time I spent there, it's actually nice. It's actually like good that I didn't buy from every single one of them, because it would be wild. Oh, and I like saw Hank's Diary and Bear Koopa on my first day. Like I was doing a vlog. They didn't they entered, but I actually I don't know if they entered or not, or maybe they just didn't join this year's Creative Expo. So they were there just to like attend the event. Yeah. So I was like vlogging my entrance into the show, and I had no idea I was walking behind the two of them for that first 30 seconds. It wasn't until later when they came around that I saw their like their face. I was like, oh my god, they were in my video. I could have just like tapped on their shoulder and talked to them. So that was kind of like a fun little snippet.
Nice.
And towards the end, I got to talk to like Mr. Eggplant, who was there to help her friends, Avocado Mori and like Akano Cafe. So I kind of chatted with her, and I was like, you guys want to come to escapade show? Like, yeah. And they were like genuinely interested. So I don't know, maybe we'll be bringing a little piece of Creative Expo next year to the US, hopefully.
Maybe SF is a show we can also attend, not working. That'd be really cool.
I hope I could make that happen. That would be really fun. So yeah, that's basically it. And I plan, so my next step is I want to unpack all of my haul, like spend a good chunk of a weekend going through organizing them. And for those who are curious about what else I bought at this event, I hope to make little short videos, YouTube videos, that just kind of like showcases the artists, talk a little bit about them, and then use their stuff in my journal. So that's going to take up a significant part of my next few months. Yeah. And also I have a lot to think about how much my budget could be in Japan, because it's not that far away.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I know, I'm trying to I don't know. Japan's gonna be crazy.
I know. I mean, I did so much damage with even like the cheaper stuff, like the Creative Expo. I don't know how much damage I would do in Japan. I don't think I bought any inks and pens on this trip though. It's really all just stationeries and accessories.
That's what you can carpets. Say for Japan. Like, oh, I didn't buy any in Taiwan.
I can buy them now in Japan. Yeah. Glass pens and stuff.
And the yen is so weak.
Man, I know, all the food that I can eat too. That's something I'm looking forward to. I had so many good foods in Taiwan.
Did you get bubble tea?
Of course I did. I bought bubble tea holders from artists.
Nice.
So I guess that's pretty much the end of my summary. I know our friend Judy Tokubet's Memory may do a stream or two on Twitch to talk about her experience being a personal shopper there. But if you guys are interested in more, look forward and follow my YouTube channel, Penguins Creative.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about your new item, kind
Oh
of
God, what new item? I'm looking at
your
things
you
you mean the planner?
the planners.
So
Kelly's getting itchy feet is what we call it.
I just want to say, when I went to Oblation today, that, by the way, I just want to let everyone on this podcast know, Oblation Papers and Press in Portland, Oregon has a pretty hefty stack of Hibino planners in both colors still available. So, like, if you want that planner, you should go. And so, I'm sitting there, I bought the ink, I bought a Con 40 for this pilot. That's all I bought. I was sitting there looking at the Hibinos again. I'm like, oh, they're so pretty. And I just went, no. So I didn't buy it.
You almost bought a Pipino.
Yeah, because they're there. They're right there. I got to look at them. Oh, I just, yeah, it's crazy. There's also a good amount of Hobonichi stuff still there as well.
Of course.
Just so you guys know. But anyway, yeah, so I was looking at the Hibino, and then April was telling me, or no, it wasn't April telling me, I just happened to see the Fleur Your Lab posted that they are releasing their planner, and it's called Narrow without the W, like Naro or something, and I was like, I saw, I did the drop down for all the text on this post, and it's all in Chinese, but I saw that it said like A6 and B6, is that right? And but then the rest is Chinese, and I was like, April, does narrow mean like TN size? And she's like, no, that's just what the planner's called. I'm like, why is it called narrow?
It's like the Thinking of You planner, and it's like our studio's planner is called the research journal,
Sure. That's just what they call it.
It's just the name of the planner.
Okay. Well, I guess that's acceptable. And every single freaking year, I always look at the freaking Fleur Your Lab planner, and I'm always like, oh, maybe next year, and maybe it should be this year.
Maybe it's this year. It's also like 1 day, 1 page, and it's made with Tomoe River paper, hopefully the new one, and it's really cool.
Yeah. And we don't know what it looks like yet, but we know that it's been announced. And didn't it say like shipping late November or something like that? I don't know.
Oh, so the reason it's called the Narrow is the book, the journal, the planner that she designed, starting with the concept of narrate your awareness. So it's like narrow. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Return to inner peace in the simplest way.
It's so zen.
It's very zen.
I need that. See, I'm like, oh, I could use that for meditation. I don't meditate. I want to, but... So anyway, okay. That's very cool. Glad they announced that. And then, how do you pronounce
Dodolulu.
Dodolulu. I think you shared with me, or I saw it, or I don't remember.
I think I shared it on the story. Like, I was like,
oh,
it was
yeah.
wild.
And I was like, what the heck? Yeah, Dodolulu is making a planner. And it's very similar to our studio and the PAL. Like, the same layout.
Yeah, the 8 boxes across 2 pages. Like our plotter blue refills.
Wait.
Yeah.
What do you
mean? Our plotter Shiranami Japan Blue Project blue refills are also the 8 block style.
Okay. Nice.
Oh my gosh. You are so...
Hey! You won't let me buy plotter stuff anyway.
That's true. Yeah, the Taiwanese planner war zone has officially begun. Like Hello Studio. I've heard that Dayu Yo-Yo is making a planner this year with Dimanche, which is a planner maker in Taiwan. We got Dodo Lulu, you got Carol Mail Illustration has their own planner. Hank's Diaries, Our Studio planners coming out. Thinking of You is almost out. There's so many planner choices in Taiwan. And most, I would say, like, you were asking me about the paper. So most of the more stationary brand ones use Tomoe River paper. Like even Florier Lab uses Tomoe River paper because it's just like good paper for fountain pen. But people in Taiwan, they're not as particular about using fountain pen inks, in my opinion. Like specifically the stationary people, they're more into like gel pens and like regular writing instruments. Fountain pens still fountain pens still consider a little bit more expensive to use inks and such. But rest assured, the paper that they use are pretty suitable for like stamping, for like writing. Oh, we forgot about the take a note too. Those are already out. And so
that's old news.
So it's like exactly. So it's like you wouldn't have to worry too much about paper like ghosting or like bleed through, because these stationary people love planners too. So like they know for the basics, sticking, cutting, and writing, they got you covered. But yeah, if it's not the TRP, then fountain pen ink could be a little bit, ambiguous. You just gotta try it. You just gotta buy it and try it.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I lost what I was gonna say. It's over.
And that's okay. So I guess that concludes. What are you looking forward to next?
So, like, I put unpacking all my stuff. So I was actually thinking, like, it might be kind of to make it like a fun thing, like unboxing, but it's just my own stuff.
Unpacking.
I'm like just because I have so much. So okay, compared to April,
you should do an Instagram live.
Like compared to April, I feel like I don't have that much, but I feel like compared to any normal person, I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stationery.
I'm the most abnormal one.
Yeah, she's like me times 4 probably, but I like all my stuff I packed so carefully. I didn't pack my other stuff carefully, but stationery fountain pen stuff, I was like, gotta keep it all nice in these little boxes. So I thought it'd be fun to like, okay, well, let's open this one today and just, to keep me motivated to actually unpack, because
oh my god, that would be fun.
Yeah. And this room is smaller than my last place, so like it's already feeling a little claustrophobic in here, but Mike's been helping me so much, and I seriously don't know what I would do without him. He's really been my rock through this whole moving thing. And yeah, he like got all my clothes on the bed, but now I'm like, oh shoot, we're gonna go to bed soon. What am I gonna do with all the clothes? I just have to like throw them. I don't know. But then one other thing is my roommate / ex-oblation coworker Maddie. She was like, hey Kelly, my mom's gonna be in town, and I thought it'd be fun if like we took our moms to the pumpkin patch on Savi Island. I'm like, oh. Although it's supposed to be like 80 this weekend, which is dumb. But, that might be a cute mother-daughter ×2 thing.
Savi Island's so nice. I've been. It's so cute.
Yeah, it's really good. So we might do that. That sounds
really fun.
Yeah. What about?
Well, I'm looking forward to my weekend too. Our friend.
Aren't you doing a journaling thing?
That's like later this month. So by the way, for those who lives in Washington, if you're interested, I'm hosting a journaling meetup on October 28th, I think, at Kirkland Library, and it's open to the public. It's free to join, so come on over and shop my D-stash.
Nice.
But this weekend, though, I am hosting Jasmine from Jasmine Marie Plant. Right. So we're gonna go do some fun stationery things, and we are gonna visit. Did you hear that the Seattle Aquarium is doing this collaboration with Animal Crossing? Yes. So we're going on Sunday. Oh my goodness.
I want to go so
excited.
Bad.
You have to come up. It's all the way till December. I would go again.
Yeah. Actually my coworker told me about that, and I was like, wait, what?
So we're gonna go. We're our little traveler's notebook passport size. We're gonna be like documenting all the fish.
So
we're gonna
cute.
take photos with the sea otters and the cutouts, and maybe they have the stamp caravans thing, the stamp station,
I'm
stamp
obsessed
relay.
with that.
I'm so
love
excited.
everything.
It's our first stationery in real life. Well, I guess game in real life event,
Yeah.
but still. I hope they do a good job. Like, don't let me down. So, a good trip from both of us, and we hope to share more fun stories in the future as well.
Yes.
So, again,
sure.
This is April from Penguins Creative.
And Kelly from Kelly Love Letters.
And we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
See you. Bye.